Welcome to the Hancock County Extension's 2020 Summer Explorations, Session 1, How-To Video on the Workshop Do-It-Yourself Loom. This workshop idea comes from eHow Discover. Now, as you complete your project, you may want to pause or replay this portion of this video. I want to show you the supplies that you'll need for our Do-It-Yourself Loom project. In your kit, you will receive a loom with the pieces already cut, a plastic fork, a tapestry or yarn needle, don't know for sure which one you'll have yet, and you'll have 3 colors or 2 colors of yarn and 1 color for the warp part. So what's not included in your kit will be tape and a scissors. Place your warp threads onto your loom, and that is also called warping the loom. So you're going to turn it over on the other side, not the side where the marks are at. You want to turn it over, and you're going to tape it so it's about even with your first mark, your first cut there, and tape it on the back like so. And then you want to start wrapping it into the marks. Okay, so now when you get all the slits done, then you will want to tape it on the back again. Tape it, then cut off your excess. Now it's time to weave your weft thread through your warp thread using a tapestry needle or a yarn needle. So now you want to go in and out of your threads, and you want to stay at this line. You do not want your colored yarn to go in this area right here. So we're going to go up, down, every other one. About halfway through, pull it through, and you want to make sure you leave about 6 inches on this side. And then you have to finish. And put it on your line. There. Now you're going to go back through and go the opposite. So if I'm over this line, I want to go under and over, so it's the opposite of what you just did. So always check your work. Sometimes it's easy to get off by one string, and then you have to pull it back through. Another thing that's very important is to not pull it too hard. This is an example of pulling it too hard. You want to try to keep your warp yarn very much the same as when it started. So when it is about where it started, then you just leave it exactly how it is. Finish off here. It gets easier once you get some more thread in it too, then you don't have so much to deal with. All right, pull it through. And then you can use your fork and make sure it's very tight without going past the line that you have marked, but make sure it's very tight together. Pull it tight. Make sure these lines, these warp strings are not pulled taut to the inside. All right. one color until you have 6 inches of yarn left. Then drop the yarn off to the edge and then pick up your next color. I am doing alternate colors. You can do whatever you would like. Okay, so now we want to put our next color in, and I taped the end of it so it could go through my tapestry needle. See how I left some on the end. So just remember to hold that when you pull it all the way through, or you will have to start it over again. Or pull it back through, not start it over again. Let me just do a few more then. One thing, if you are planning on taking this project to the fair, remember that on your goal sheet, judges like to know when you screwed up or had a mistake and how you fixed it and how you learned from it. So, for example, right here, I did not go every other halfway through. So what I will want to do is pull this out, and I only have to pull it out where my last mistake was, but I will have to pull it all the way through. When you get to the needle part, just be careful not to get the needle stuck. And then you can start over, and then just explain on your goal sheet that you saw the mistake and you corrected it, and made you more aware and able to look at what you could do going forward. One issue that might happen in this project is balance. If you start, and you can tell that it's kind of happening with me right now, if you start to pull it too tight, the strings will curve in and won't be balanced all the way through the project. Another thing that you can add to your goal sheet is the reasons why you picked the colors that you did. As you see here, I liked Iowa State University, so I picked Iowa State colors. If you can pick colors based on your room, you can pick colors based on a team that you enjoy, or you could pick colors based on if you want to give it to a gift to grandma. Next step that you want to do is finish off the ends here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the far right, and we are going to make a backwards 4, and then tie it around and pull up, but don't do it too tight because you don't want to compromise the shape. When you tie it up, leave the one string up on top. Then take the same string that you just had and use that one to do your backwards 4. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and do that all over again. So, I like to straighten out my strings so they don't get tangled up, but we're going to make our backwards 4 all over again on the other side. Okay, now that you got that, both sides done, I'm gonna flip it back over to the other side, and I decided to do a fringe look. I decided that that's how I wanted my coaster to look. So what I did was I took 2 pieces and I knotted itself, like just one knot, and I just pulled it. Oh, sorry, lost one string. So I just went like this, and I just made a knot like you would. Now I have my fringes that I would like done, and then cut off your extra. And now you have a very cute Iowa State coaster. We are glad you were able to join us for this workshop. Please remember that the goal sheet examples are for showing this exhibit at the fair can also be found on our website. Don't hesitate to call us at the Hancock County Extension office at 923-2856. Thank you.